What's up, guys? I'm Phil Goodwin. I'm the owner of Phil the Roofer, and I'm making this video to every American out there who's struggling at their job and is wanting something different with their life. And I can tell you where I kind of started off with is, so I've been in the roofing industry since 2005. My dad got me in this. I barely graduated high school at the age of 22 years old. It was kind of a failure at life. I always wanted to be the in guy. I always wanted to be a part of the groups and part of the cliques and, you know, be the cool guy. And the truth was, I couldn't buy a date to save my life. I had a 91 Honda Accord that I couldn't afford, although I had it paid off. Couldn't put gas in it, couldn't afford my cell phone payment, living with the parents. Thankfully they let me live with them still. So anyway, I was where I was at the age of 21, 22, as I was sacking groceries at a local grocery store. As a matter of fact, I was in the frozen foods. I was making about $7.50 an hour. Finally, I was like, man, I gotta change it. I need to do something. I couldn't afford my car payment. I hardly could afford my cell phone payment. And that was like, I think in total with insurance was like $400 a month. I could barely afford it. I was making like $1,200, $1,300 a month. Okay. My dad was like, you got to come out with me and try this roofing sales game. So at the time we were with a company called Advantage Roofing in Tyler, and was with them for nearly 15 years. Sold one, I think my second weekend out, someone called me back. Sure enough, I got it bought. And on that first sell, you know, it took about 2 weeks to develop. But after that first sell, I made $1,700, or just under that. And I was like, I made more money on that one sell than I did an entire month at a warehouse, a grocery store. And I was it, dude. That was it. Like, screw this. I'm 100% in. So I think with salespeople, they have to have those mini wins, right, in order to get them jump started, excited. So consistently for years, I was making consistently over $150,000 a year. No problem. Okay. Because I was with a decent company who paid me a decent amount of commission. So I was a 50-50 guy. The only overhead was a $500 office fee. There's a lot of companies out there that are based on the, it depends on what you are. If you're a W-2 or a 1099 guy, it just really varies who you're working with. But that's kind of where I was at. So I was consistently making $150,000 a year. I had 1 year, it was outrageous. I mean, I made so much money, I thought I could finance the whole world. And that's the biggest hang up with salespeople, is they make a little money and they think, okay, and that's the other thing. When you make a bunch of money, your credit score goes through the roof. These companies will start sending you letters in the mail saying, hey, you're approved for $12,000 credit line and $20,000 credit line, and start using that up. So that was my biggest problem. My biggest problem wasn't making money. My biggest problem was keeping money. My biggest problem was myself. And there's unfortunately not a lot of smart salespeople as far as like keeping your money and not going out and buying and financing 4 or 5 vehicles at the same time. Okay. Where I'm getting with this is, there's too many people out there struggling. There's too many people out there that don't realize how much you can make potentially in sales. Now, specifically, this is what I've done for forever, and I know it, and I don't really plan on leaving this market. And I'm not telling you that it's the most easiest thing to do, because there have been years where, you know, I've struggled and I thought about doing some other things, but time and time again, if you put in the effort, the time, and the hard work in this industry, the sky's the limit. So what are you waiting for? If you're in low-paying jobs, if you're at Amazon warehouse right now, I mean, shit, if you're on the street corner begging for money, you're already a salesperson, okay? Everyone has a little bit of sales in them, but there's too many people that aren't willing to put in the effort, right? So if you're willing to do that, you can be a very rich person. You can change your life, change your stars. And I'd like to talk to you. Check me out, philtheroofer.com, 214-771-1946. I never give up. There's been doors that I've knocked for 11 years, and I finally got them to sign. That's just the thing. With roofing sales and sales in general, you have to continue to try. You can't put in a little effort and expect the world just to hand you money, okay? It's not going to happen. But my proposal would be is if you already currently have a job, and whenever your off days are, okay, get to know this industry and get accustomed to it. Try it a few times. If you get that spark and you get that sell and you see that first commission check, you're going to be hooked too. And then it's going to change your life. The only thing that I would suggest is once you start to make this kind of money is keep it. Don't go out and finance $100,000 of bull crap. That's just not, it's not going to prolong your life, and it's certainly not going to make you richer, but keep it, okay? If you're starting to make that kind of money, keep it. Pay cash in a couple of years because you'll have it. That way you're not, spinning your wheels, because that's what I did. Made a bunch of money and I spent it. And I'm learning the hard way, but anyway, it's definitely coming back around, and I've gotten myself back out of credit card debt. Paid off my vehicles, and so I'm living easier. That's the trick. You put the time in, you make plenty of money. You got to pay the IRS, but stay away from the flashy things for a few years until you can really put a heavy down payment on them, or even pay for them. Check me out, philtheroofer.com. I am Phil the Roofer.